One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, we're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome into Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, and my co-host is John Adias. Man, John, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Ahman? What's good, man?
And everything's good because I'm back at home. Welcome to the chat as well. How you doing? Well, chat's this rolling in here. We got a few people in here, about like 3. I like to troll the people in the chat. We got about 3 people in there right now, which is all good from a live standpoint. So for the podcast listeners here, we're on the podcast. We're on live right now on Twitch TV, Ahman Green TV, but then we're on YouTube TV, Ahman Green TV, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge on YouTube, just to have the full disclosure. And then a disclaimer here. So we got great sponsors. We got Bet Online, we got Sonos, and with some of the sponsors with Sonos, we have to, little change, a little format of the show. Nothing much will change for the viewers, but for the listeners of the podcast and for the viewers, there will be 2 shows coming up with this episode. We'll have episode 116 and then 117 coming out of this, just to let everyone know what's going on in Summit when we're doing our reads for the sponsors. So thank you for support there, and just roll with us as the audience rolling in here on Twitch. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter right now, John, and we're on Facebook Live as well. So we're in a lot of places simulcasting this thing. So let's get into how we start this show. Our check-in from last week, man, and we had a fun check-in from last week. What did we do? Where do we go, John? We actually went remote, man. We're on the road for the first time down in Chi-Town, my neck of the woods. I say the neck of the woods that I like to go because I wasn't scared of bears. I love hunting bear. I love bear meat. I love bear pizza. I love bear steak. So, but I wasn't there for that. We were there for a con, Fan Expo, Chicago, which once was Wizard World last year. And I think obviously with COVID and everything, as we know, COVID messed up a lot of things for people and businesses, but we were there. And John, this give us, I'll give you my little tidbit. I want we can start with your tidbit on how was the whole experience at your first con down there in the Windy City.
It was awesome, Ahman. I loved going to the Fan Expo in Chicago, and that's something where they take it around the country. So there's all year round throughout the country and Canada, you can find this Fan Expo. It was fun. It was fun to see all the different retailers there, all the artists down Artist Alley as well. There was the autograph section too, and I got to sit in, and you got the last end of Carl Weathers' presentation.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Panel. Yeah, he's talked about, being Apollo Creed, gave some background stories, talked about Predator, talked about Action Jackson.
That's a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister. So, that was just really fun to get to hear that and be around everybody who was cosplaying. That was cool just to people watch.
Yeah, the expos, the cons like this, they allow adults and anybody over the age of trick-or-treating age to dress up again in the middle of July, in June, in August, because this is San Diego Comic-Con, which is going to be live next week, which I'm a little upset that I'm not going, but I had to plan some events, but I'll be back next year, and maybe next year we could be there together for the podcast, because I think they have a podcast area, but I know E3 does, and I know obviously Fan Expo does, because whatever we did, we put a liking to them, they actually asked us to come back to do or travel with them on the road to make sure we could be at all the events that we do. But John, I'll hand it off to you for our sponsor, Bet Online.
Yeah, that's right. Bet Online continues to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports information. Find all the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including the NBA Summer League. Have you been watching the NBA Summer League? Believe it or not, Ahman.
Yes, I have.
I have too.
Yep. I've been watching some tidbits here and there, along with the WNBA as well.
Yeah, so you can find all the sports developments, including the Summer League and the NBA, MLB, the latest fighting news, and even next season's early NFL futures. You can see whether or not Ahman's former team, the Packers, are going to do their thing. By the way, real quick on the Summer League, Chet Holmgren, big, tall, skinny kid. Have you seen him? I think he went to Gonzaga, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. He's been getting a little bit of abused because he's not a muscular guy. He's tall. I've been watching him. He got dunked on. He got pushed in the key real hard by some of the teams he did. So he's been having a little rough go. But I think it's good to get this early. He's getting a taste of what regular season is going to be like once he gets a chance to play for the team that he's on right now.
Now, what's really interesting about that, by the way, Bet Online, if you want to find summer league stuff, is that I think in his first game though, Ahman, because I saw all that stuff, getting bullied, he was the first player with 5 blocks and 4 3-pointers in any summer league game of all time in his very first summer league debut.
And that's awesome because you look at that and you wouldn't see that stat 20 years ago. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when we were growing up, we wasn't going to see him beyond the 3-point line. We're going to see him in the paint doing his sky hook. Wilt Chamberlain, same thing, grabbing boards. We're not going to see anybody near 7 feet. Shaq was out there. That's probably who started it because he. Oh no,
Shaq took like 10 3-pointers in his career.
Exactly, but still, it's like, what are you doing, Shaq?
Okay,
like, you should not be out there. He was being Shaq. He's like, they were probably up by 20, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot. It's not gonna hurt us right now. We got good defense, something like that. But yeah, to your point though, that's special. I mean, and like I said, it's good for him as a young pro athlete to kind of get beat up, get taught the ropes that these are the ropes. This is how it's going to be. It's going to be up and down. We're not going to give it to you. We're not giving nothing to you. So I think for him, I'll be like, thank you, because now I'm going to be ready for the regular season. I'm going to be more than ready for the regular season. So
by the way, real quick, just head to the website, use your mobile device to sign up and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit on Bet Online. Just use our promo code BELIEVE to get the bonus and get into the action. Bet Online, where the game starts.
Always. And to the chat real quick, I want to say shout out to Gabe, the Dub P, the Bear fans in the house, John, and Yvonne Gates, an old alumni of mine from Omaha North High School. Go Vikings. Was in the school with me there, so appreciate y'all. So now let's head over to quick hitting news bites. Let me see, we get this going here. Boom.
Well, will you get that going real quick, Shaq? I've got his all-time 3-point mark.
What you got on there?
He took 22 threes in his career, and he made how many, Ahman? Take a guess.
22 threes. I'm gonna be nice. I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna give him 50%. So he made 11 of them.
No way. He made 1.
Come on, Shaq Diesel. I was giving him 11 or giving him 10. Man,
just 1.
Speaking of old school right here, John. So quick hit news bites. So I saw this, and my inner 10-year-old, 8-year-old Mon was so happy. We got new Robocop and Terminator games are coming back because it's through the years we've seen on different, mostly cabinet games, like at the arcade, the big Terminator display with the T-1000, or you had Robocop, with Alex Murphy, donning the uniform and playing the arcade games. But now it's coming to consoles. So we have publisher Nikon announced some new games today. So that new game is Robocop Rouge City, an upcoming FPS starring the famous cyborg robot, like I mentioned, in Detroit from the 80s. And then they're going to drop Terminator Survival Project, a survival game set in the universal bleak future of machine rule future, which, John, we're not that far away from that, machines ruling our world. But so just to go with the Robocop first, so it's destined for both PC and consoles, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and it's developed by Tyon, the studio responsible for Terminator Resistance. So they already kind of delved down that rabbit hole already. So the whole plot of Robocop Rouge City is, you basically say, here's the intro. Welcome to Detroit. Crime runs rapid in the city, is on the edge of ruin, as we know in that show, in that movie. As things descend further into chaos, you are the solution as a cyborg Robocop, and it wouldn't feel any better, any right without Peter Weller, the actual role. He's reprising the role. He's doing the voice acting for the character in the game. So we're gonna get the full effect, dead or alive. You're coming with me.
That's awesome.
So that right there is like, yeah, boy, you got Robert Weller that played Alex Murphy, who gets blown apart. He gets a leg blown off, arms blown off, everything. He got fingers blown off. and then they put him back together, and he's out there fighting crime. I think it was the only one. I think that was the only one line was Dead or Alive, You're Coming. But you get that real experience with him. So the actor definitely has reprised his role. And then here's we got a little clip of it right here.
Oh, let's watch this.
Reveal. We got to watch this. So yeah, let me get it up on the screen.
In local news, a new crime wave that is sweeping Detroit has already claimed the lives of 21 police officers.
So this is gameplay they're going to feature, right?
Yeah. So this is kind of like the cut scenes from the video game right now. Okay. There he is. There's that guy.
Dude, this looks pretty cool.
I'm so hyped. And then Ed 209. Remember Ed 209, the big robot that had the cannons on the side? Yeah. Hopefully they gotta have him in there.
Oh man.
Yeah. This is Detroit in the movie. And maybe that guy. I don't think this is Detroit now, but
it's the future, isn't it? Is it RoboCop in the future? It's like
it's definitely a futuristic game. It's about not far then from where we were then. So 1988 is when the movie came out, and it was like 2020. So
2028.
Okay, so that's not far off. I was close.
We all saw it hesitate in a life and death
So you got the propaganda of big company, big business trying to sell
I would trust this guy with my kids.
their product.
I mean,
He's trying to sell the robot right now to say he's going to be a babysitter. You see RoboCop babysitting kids, John? No, that's not happening.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
That's the line right there.
Dude, that looks pretty sweet.
Man, that looks so dopish. That
looks really good. And then they got Terminator coming out too. I think
they got Terminator coming out too. Not a whole lot of this, words on that we just go right to the video here, but we'll get no big announcement. It's called Terminator Survival Project, which like I said, it's not a whole lot about it, but here is the teaser I could share right here through YouTube. Is it playing? There we go.
I'm not seeing it.
It's popping up right now. Boom.
Okay. Boom. Okay, we're watching this for those on the podcast. Oh man, there's the Terminator. Red eyes.
Hey, you see that thing right there? You run. Just run. Unless you don't have a RPG on you, you get the heck up out of it. That's it. That's it.
24 seconds.
24 seconds, because they got that's the teaser. That's the first teaser. That's a year out or 2 years out. So right there, you know how they do movies. The first teaser is maybe 30 seconds, and that's what you got right there. But I'm excited about it. Big Baby Duke is also. He says Weller did the RoboCop voice well, and he did it in Mortal Kombat 11 as well. Didn't know that. I do play that game, but I did know they had his character in that. So. Got my man Kyle Richardson up in here. He says, went to Detroit not long ago, and it looks like this.
Get out.
Come on, Kyle.
Come on, man.
That's funny. I'm sorry. It's funny and like not so funny all at the same time, John. Mm-hmm. So let me get what you got here on Quick Hit News by here. Man.
Well,
you got
real quick.
Stuff.
Can I get some thoughts here on the RoboCop thing? Like,
yes.
I never watched the movie. It was like 1987, 1988.
You never what?
Well, hold on. I'm getting there. I never watched the movie until probably going on 5, 6, 7 years now.
Really?
And it's so funny because at the time, right? If you're watching that in 87, 88, 89, it's the coolest thing in the world.
Yes.
And you're watching it, but I watched it from like a 2015 perspective. You know what I mean? Like in 2015, I'm like, this is different, but it's still, overall, I still got like, that was still kick ass. Like it still had that, even though it was, the graphics were what they were, whatever, like it still seemed pretty cool. Even in 2015 is my whole point of that story.
Okay. Well, yeah. So as a kid, the day I saw it, I think me and my mom and dad went to go see it at you did a lot of drive-ins, and we saw the drive-ins, and I was like, yo, I got to school on Monday. It's like, bro. Well, it wasn't bro. I was like, hey, man, y'all seen the new RoboCop? They're like, no, we haven't, man. What? Ain't you too young for that? I said, me and my mom went to see it at the drive-in. We're a movie family. Da, 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 da. I was talking about that all week. Man, he came through the door. Bop, bop, bop. He got shot apart. And then this robot named Ed 209. Da, 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 da. All right. Yeah. There's 10-year-old mom there, but now we get on to your story with somebody getting a lot of free stuff, but kind of breaking the law doing it, right, John? Right?
Yeah. So if you remember the story, Axie Infinity, right? It's this game that used cryptocurrency that users could actually use, obtain. And a while ago, we had the story how they were hacked for $600 million. They took a bunch of Ethereum from them. And it was kind of like, well, how did this hack happen? And now we know the details on how it happened. So you can scroll through that with that little, go up on the arrow on the main story, on the Instagram story, go back up and click on that arrow, and it kind of goes through the timeline, like all the photos.
Right here.
Yeah. So if you just I'll just read it for those who can't see it on the Twitch stream. Back in March, Ronin. Now this is where everybody put their brain caps on, because we start talking blockchains and
that stuff I will never know about.
So but it's kind of fascinating how they got this. So back in March of this year, Ronin, it's an Ethereum sidechain built for Axie Infinity, was hacked for over 173,000 Ethereum and almost 26 million USDC for a combined value of over 600 million. All right. So there's the background of the story. Recently, the block, and by the way, I'm getting this all from Metaverse on Instagram. That's METAV, the number 3 RSE. If you want to follow them, it's great Metaverse information for you. But the block reported just exactly how this was carried out. So a senior engineer at Axie Infinity was duped into applying for a job at a company that didn't exist. The engineer was approached by fake reps and this fake company, and he had multiple rounds of interviews and then offered a job with an extremely generous compensation package, right? So the way the hackers got in, they didn't just be like, oh, we're going to get on our keyboards and hack away and go through your firewalls. No.
I like how you did that, right?
They said, we're going to get an actual human. We're going to pretend they went through the whole act. Like,
they did.
What are your qualifications? Will you be able to do this and that and this? Like, they asked him questions multiple times. They had multiple interviews, then provided him with this compensation package, and it was delivered via a PDF document, right? The fake offer. So I'm applying for a job. I'm working for Axie Infinity. Things are going well. Very popular NFT game. I get a new job offer, and the PDF document contained spyware, which infiltrated Ronin systems. The hackers were able to take over 4 of the 9 validators from the Ronin network. And there you go. and so they got fished, right? It's one of those things. Back when I had a job at my previous employer, they'd send out these emails. You have little training, like, don't get faked on, don't click on those attachments. But they took it to the next level. Not only was there attachment, but there was like interaction beforehand to make it seem legit. It's crazy.
I know it's crazy. I mean, me and my wife, we have conversations almost once or twice a week going over fake spam email that we got from a friend. Like, they are getting so good, like you said, John, they're using real people. So they'll refer a friend, somebody that we know. Oh, like our friend network of people that we know is in that type, people we go out to eat with, we go spend birthday parties with. And we're getting emails from people like that saying, email from so-and-so, it's a discount coupon to Amazon, or it's a 50% off your AT&T bill, or, it's 50% discount for your next first class flight or whatever. It's like, I know so-and-so didn't send. I say, and then you look for different little like details, like an extra dot in the email, or space where space shouldn't be. Or like a Photoshop. Like, I've been getting for a whole week straight a Photoshop picture from I don't know who phone number, but they have my number saying, click this link to take you to your AT&T account to get you your discount on your monthly bill. And they've been sending it to me every day for 2 weeks now. And every time I see it, I delete it. It's a text message too. This is not email. This is a text message. So they're getting diabolical. Like my man, the butcher, says in The Boys, which we talk about later. Diabolical, mate.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that in the second half of this week's episode. But Big B's right on top of it. He says he gets so many fake texts with links that they want you to click on so they can hack your phone.
Exactly. It's scary. It's out there. So everybody, be fully aware and conscious. When you see that link and it says, hey, you just won $1 million, it's not real, man. You gotta flip the You got to delete it.
I get those same texts, and Amon, I get those. My emails usually come from like PayPal, from PayPal or from my banking, and they're like, "Oh, looks like we gotta do this. Why don't you click here?" And I'm like, I've honestly, like, I don't think they operate that way, right?
Right.
If they do, I probably missed something because I just never click on them. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Don't.
I'll go through PayPal through my app. I'm not going to click on my email to get to PayPal.
Exactly. And that's where if your spam box, your junk box works well, that's where it goes. And I go in there every morning. That's the first thing I do. I'm on my email. I'm in the junk. I delete all my. I don't even look at the junk unless I see something from really somebody I know I truly am receiving an email from. Then I go in there and take it out, and then I delete everything else. Then I go through all my emails, and it just the spam ones, sometimes they overextend themselves where they send 5 or 6 emails in a row. It's like, all right, now if you click on that, I'm asking to get hacked. When I got multiple messages from the same place or supposedly person giving me money, so just be smart. Delete like in Deathstroke. Delete for the anime fans out there. Delete. John, just delete.
And delete. But then the other thing is, like, so I'm searching for jobs constantly, and I found one right now that I'm with. But like, even then, like, how do I know that? Because this is a senior engineer at Axie Infinity who was approached with a job offer. How do I know that someone isn't taking a fake post for jobs just to get people to apply, and then all the applicants, somehow getting them to click on something and stealing, 100 applicants' identities or 100 applicants' bank accounts or whatever? So, like, I think Big B said it best, like, no one is safe. If they can trick someone at Axie Infinity out of $600 million, there's got to be a couple of hackers saying, hey, let's get 100 random people and get into their stuff, and then go do it to another 100 random people.
Exactly. And I believe that you're dead on, John. you're dead on, dead on. So before we go into our next section, this or that, John, you got our ad read for our sponsors of the show, Sonos, as well.
Let's talk about Sonos. Let's talk about the Sonos Ray, Ahman. I have one. It's a sound bar you can set up in your home entertainment system. I know you have a Sonos Ray as well.
Right.
I'll tell you what, it's awesome, isn't it?
It's awesome. I like the adjustment of the sound. When you need it, it comes in a little groggly, and all of a sudden it makes the adjustments in the room, and then boom, it sounds perfect. That's what I like. Playing Mario Striker has been killing the computer. Anybody want to get me online, you better watch out. I'm ready for some Mario Striker game. Or contact soccer.
I want to get that game, by the way, and I'll play it and I'll hear all the sounds through my Sonos. It has that EQ to balance the bass and the treble, and it sounds way better than your factory television speakers, definitely. Plus, with that Sonos app, you can control the sound bar. So you can just control everything right from your phone. You can put on night mode. I love the night mode. I've talked about that about that a bunch. It balances the low and the loud sound, so it's all evens out. So no more like rewinding, like, what did he say? Quiet. Nope. I couldn't hear what they said. None of that. It's so crystal clear. It sounds fantastic. And the setup, Ahman, for me, it was easy. For you, I'm sure it was easy too.
Super easy. One optical cable and then the power cable. Boom. That's it. 2 cables. Done.
That's it. So visit Sonos.com to shop Ray right now. That is Sonos.com. Highly recommend the Ray soundbar.
I like this, John. So we have Siri, we have Alexa. Is it Alexa?
Alexa.
And then we have Ray in the party now. Sonos say, you know what? We got the ladies taken care of. Let's drop a dude in here. Oh, we got Ray. What's up, Ray? That's when I talk to my Sonos. I'm like, Ray, what's up?
I love Ray. He's the best, man.
And with that being said, we are headed into this or that.
This or that.
All right, we have some good this or that's, and also if you have not done it, join the Discord. I know that that link has popped up. I'm gonna add it in again. So if you are new to the show, podcast wise or live now, jump into the Discord. I just put it in the link. If you're here live right now, join the Discord and you can help us out. We have a this or that channel in our Discord for more ideas. Eeyore is not a competition, but if it was, Eeyore is winning right now. He has put the most this or that's in the This or That channel that also was created by him, by the way, helping out in the Discord. I'd like to thank you for that. So the first This or That, John, on the list here is, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Here we go.
Easy.
Driving the car. Where you at?
Passenger or driver? And I think this is a layup. I think this is a Chet Holmgren layup.
All right.
I'd rather be a passenger. I know some people love to have that control and the feel of the car and the road and blah, blah, blah. I just get tired, especially like on a road trip. Like if you're traveling the interstate and it's just nothing for miles, like that's just like, that it honestly worries me, quite frankly, how tired I get. So I would rather be the passenger and then be like, hey, I'll be back in 15 minutes and like take a nap.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this one for a little bit. So I'm gonna go for Kyle Richardson here. CJ Richardson. He says he's a passenger, and ER says you're welcome. By the way, John. Also, and then Big B also says passenger as well. And reason why I say I'm taking the delay on this. Hey, Nixie, what's up? We had Nixie on the show, John.
What's
you
up?
remember? She jumping in the chat. She is a driver. She loves long drives, which you know what? That does not surprise me on that. And so for me, this is the one I'm completely on the fence about because I love to drive. I love to see the open road, and I love to press on. I love my car, press cruise control and put it on 75, chilling.
Yeah.
But then I love being a passenger. Why? Because I could bring my Switch with me. I could play games, or I could get on my phone, read an article that I got to get ready for the podcast or whatever. Or my wife doesn't like this, but I fall asleep. I'm full on. I'm gone. Like, where we at? We here yet? That's me. Okay, so I could probably get more done as a passenger, so I'm gonna go passenger just because I could get more things done. I could get sleep. I could play video games and educate myself. So there you go. Never thought you'd get a breakdown of being a passenger riding in a car, John. Did you? Yeah, I don't think that ever crossed your brain there. So I'm gonna go passenger.
Yeah. I like KJ Richardson on Twitch too at 11:34. I'm asleep before we pull out of the driveway.
My wife, she's like, come on, because my wife wants to talk. And I don't mind talking, but eventually I'm like, I have nothing else to say. I'm sorry. I'm out of topics, babe. I'm sorry. It's nothing against you. I'm just because me and my brother, we would do that when I was in high school. We would sit and drive and we'd be there sitting in silence. Oh, we here? Okay, cool. All right. So next one on the list here is a fun one. So this one is for you go back to your class days, John.
Okay.
What type of student were you in this question? So
what do you mean? Call first thing in the morning or call?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Next one. I messed that up. I messed my setup up. But this is a friend. This is you as a person, as a friend. There you go.
I'd rather call.
Are you the first thing in the morning to tell somebody something, or you call in the middle of the night?
I think you got to respect certain times.
Unless
you really know the person, right?
Yeah,
and it's like really important. Otherwise, I'd push that stuff to the morning. I'm gonna call in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna call in the morning. That's a no-brainer for me because I already love my sleep. Don't mess my sleep up, especially when I'm getting down in the. No, I'm about to lay down. I got on ESPN or whatever my wife's watching, and when I'm about to zonk out, if that phone buzzes, well, that's the whole reason I love what the smartphone has done for us, and I use it religiously, is the do not disturb button.
Yes.
Once I get in my bedroom, I click it. The only one that'll pull me out of there, the only group of people that'll pull me out of there is my kids. That's it. Kids and very close family. If it's 12 o'clock, my daughter called, one of my kids called, okay, I got to pick up. But outside of that, I talk to you about 10 o'clock the next day. So,
I have to start doing that at night. I don't ever use night mode because I just don't get enough texts or messages to even wake me up. I should start doing that though.
Wait till your daughter is out the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Miss Nixie says nights. I can't imagine waking up anyone. And I assume people are smart enough to turn.
Nope.
What did it say? Turn
notifications off.
Notifications off. So do not disturb. And Big B says here, he says, morning. If you call in the middle of the night, you better have something important to say. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm with Big B. Hey, it better be a death. It need to be somebody just broke into my bank account or something. It better be serious. That's what Big B saying right there. And then Kyle says, text before you call. I don't answer. Always answer. That's a good one too.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Always
All right.
fill in. What's up, JFK? JFK in the house, John.
Nice.
All right. So next item on the list. All right, here's the student one. I was trying to set myself up. I messed that all up. Segue into that. Now we're gonna segue into the answer.
Start assignments immediately or wait until the last minute. So
what type of students? Now everybody can relate to this one. Yeah. Everybody was in school, college, high school, elementary. What was you?
I think the majority of us probably waited until the last minute. The really good students probably didn't. I was just an average student. So I would, here's the way I look at assignments. Assignments now are kind of like just tasks you have to do as an adult, right?
And most of them are digital, right? They're on your tablet. They have, cell phone classes. And
yeah. If you're a student, I bet you. Yeah. But so I try to do this with just, as an adult, with just things I have to accomplish instead of assignments, because I'm not a student anymore. I try to get as much done as I can now. So later on, I don't have to stress about what I haven't done. You know what I mean? So I try to get everything prepared and or as much as you possibly could do for whatever you're trying to do, whether that's with the garden, the lawn, your work, this podcast. So I try to start things immediately, but that doesn't mean I always finish them immediately.
I'm kind of there with you on some weeks. It depends on my week. If my week is super busy, then I'm last minute Larry. I'm like midnight typing into the StreamYard stuff, kind of like last night. But I did start on Monday. So this was Tuesday. At least I was done and I was able to get some Halo in. But I say back in the day when I was in school, I had nights where I was cramming. I remember one night, my junior year in high school, I was cramming for a biology test. And it's biology, which is pretty much, it's a science. It's a human science. So it's like, I'm trying to sound out. I can't even sound out the words. I'm like, and I'm supposed to know this. And I said to myself, I'm supposed to know this for a test in the morning. I'm like, whatever. We're gonna just shoot from the hip on this test. that was one time I do remember. I'm like, man, what am I doing? What is going on? So, but usually I was call it, get everything done early. And then, like you said, get ready for the next test. So we have here in the chat, it's Big B says immediately, but depends on the length of the assignment. True. Don't start on a big group project and you got 2 days left until the due date. All right. And it says Monarch Prize says, have you looked at the new college and pro game coming to PC? Oh, he's talking about a game. Maximum Football 23. Can't wait to play a modern football game for from the Unreal Engine, which is a very good component for video games, John, and real physics. There you go. Okay. And then Kyle CJ Richard says, I'm most creative when I'm under the gun in the middle of the night. There you go. Some people like that pressure because that pressure brings out the best of them. So that only happened on the football field with me. That didn't happen in the classroom.
Right.
All right, here we go. Next question on the list, John, and we're coming up on the fan questions here. So we got
Eeyore.
John,
Petting zoo or safari? I'll go to the petting zoo because you're going to get goats and pettable animals that aren't probably going to have the possibility of killing you. You go to the safari and you can look, but pretty soon that lion's going to sneak up behind you. You won't notice it. I saw a video on Instagram real quick about this. This guy must have been on some sort of safari and he's sitting taking pictures or whatever. And in the background, there's like a lion or something coming up out of the reeds and just like standing right next to him. He's like, oh my God, there's a lion there. And he didn't panic. And I was just like, that's why I don't want to go on a safari.
And so
lions sneak up on
you. He didn't panic. What happened though?
That's the video stopped.
Oh, it stopped. Well, hopefully he's still with us today.
They didn't want to show that part.
All right, we got Nixie here. Excuse me. She says safari $1 Whoa. If I wanted to get a goat, I tap myself on the back.
I see.
I see what she's doing there. I like it, Nixie. I like it. Eeyore is laughing at that one. Or no, I don't know if he's laughing. He's laughing at something. He has LOL before her message. So maybe it was a time machine thing here. Big Baby Duke says, safari for me. Being from Wisconsin, I've grown up around petting zoo animals. I like a new experience. Just take it baby steps like John. Don't go full on out in the open without a guide type of safari. Big baby Duke, we want to hear you back on the show. So just take it smart. Have a covered fence or gate in the door, things of that nature to make it be safe.
Before we get to our last one, I sent you the video in the private chat. It's from Reddit. You want to watch it with everybody here?
Yeah,
on Twitch?
I will put it in. Give me a second here.
Yeah. All right. So this is the video I was just talking about. I don't know if he's on safari. Maybe he's a nature photographer. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. But this is where I was talking about this lion. I think it's a lion. Yes, kind of sneaks up on him.
All right.
He doesn't even see it. So here we go. Here's the video. Make that full screen. So he's like,
whoa.
Looking, there's a lion right next to him. He's looking.
I'm
he looks
out.
back the other way.
I'm out.
And there's a lion staring at him, dead in the eyes.
I'm out. Hey, I'm my whole life has flashed before my eyes right there. I might have some bowel movement for sure. I mean, if I'm afraid of things, I take to like where what's the one thing the scientist, the ecosystem,
Top of the food chain.
I'm right. We're right behind those creatures, lions, humans, and lions. And when we're in their neighborhood, we're behind them. When if I'm in a helicopter or something, we good. But yeah,
look at that. Look, you don't know what that lion's gonna do. It's just staring at him.
Let's watch this from the beginning. Like he's like really looking into the nature. He's back. He got his binoculars. He's about to look. Or is that a binocular in his hand? Yeah, that's a video camera. That's a video camera in his hand. And he looks to his right, and he's like, "Oh my God!" You see how he grabs the bar? He's about to jump, but he's like, "I can't jump." Me jumping, me running. It's not going to happen.
It looks like he's got like a setup, like a chair on front of a car or a vehicle. Maybe he's just like holding it like
that. Must be the extra fee. You know what? You can sit on the hood of the car out here in the jungle. Big Baby Duke says, "I'll wrestle a tiger." Man, you ain't wrestling no tiger. It's nice to say you will wrestle a team of tigers like LSU Tigers. You mean football players? Yes.
Tiger's gonna get you, man.
They ain't doing that. That's a lioness. That's not a lion. That's a lioness. That's a female lion because she don't have to have the mane. So they the fighters in the herd, in the family of lions. They are the ones that go hunt. The females go hunt in the lioness.
I think what Eeyore, I think what Eeyore said too. He's used to that. He didn't jump or move back.
Right.
Yeah. Like
he knew what not to do.
Yeah.
Basically,
he's been around wild animals before.
Yeah. All right, Nixie. Good seeing you. Hopefully, we'll get you back on this show sooner or later. But yeah, bro, it takes a whole nother step to being real and what you got in the tank.
Final this or that of the first half of the show.
Yes, we do, and it's from. I thought it was from. Oh no, that's the first one. I'm sorry. Actually, Endless Days. Is the final one. This or that. Good job. Endless Days also made the count. So there you go, John.
Hot sauce or ketchup on eggs? Neither. And I'm putting like salt and pepper and like cheese, maybe. I don't know. I've never been a big listen. I've seen people put ketchup on the eggs. I don't understand it. It's never like enhanced the flavor like it would with like a hamburger or something. I guess if I had to pick between these two, I'm going hot sauce.
Yeah. I'm a hot sauce guy on eggs and pretty much anything. I'm a hot sauce guy. So we got KJ Richardson says hot sauce. And you know what? One of my favorite shows, Dexter. If you remember the intro to that show, he was putting hot sauce on his eggs as the show, the first couple seasons. It changed in the last season, but the first couple seasons is him chopping up eggs over easy or medium. That's how much I watch the show. Is eggs medium, hot sauce. He slices them up. Good protein meal for a murderer. There you go. Not saying that I'm a murderer. Dexter is the murderer. Okay, fictional character, not me. Just making that fully clear. We have CJ Richardson says hot sauce for days. Big B says cheese eggs. Okay. That's no surprise from somebody from Wisconsin. There you go.
Right.
And then I don't want to mess that up, John. Divinity SC says this guy doesn't put Tabasco on eggs. Shameful. Oh man.
Who's this guy?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's Big B. Because he put cheese on eggs. Fire Eagle says ketchup actually ain't bad on eggs. All that sugar rush, all that sugar they put in tomato sauce. and the tomatoes that make the tomatoes taste good on your burger and your eggs.
It's really hard to find ketchup without sugar added. I don't think it
100%.
exists. I don't even think it exists.
It does though.
It does?
Yeah, you got to go through. You know, if you got Piggly Wiggly or if you got Pick and Save or Costco's, Whole Foods has it for 100%.
Whole Foods. Okay.
Whole Foods for sure. Or any Fresh Time. We have Fresh Time here in the Green Bay area, so they have ketchup without no sucrose, no high fructose corn syrup, none of that nonsense in it. So Gamer In-Laws, love the name. Ketchup on scrambled. There you go. Then I got how do you say it?
My mom.
Something Dominic.
I will Dominic. I don't know.
What do you
Says
say?
my mom put ketchup on eggs, so I would eat them when I was a kid, and it stuck with me until I was in high school. I get that.
Yeah, that can happen, and you got to do that as a parent. You got to. It's faking out a kid. You're trying to get them to eat something they don't want to eat. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna put that. All right, I gotta give you something. Yeah, Big B says from the UP. Oh, that's because he's from the UP. Well, he's from Michigan. Oh, that's Michigan. But still, we're right next to Wisconsin, so you're just infected with the cheese and the beer. Just so you know. ER says I don't put tomatoes on my eggs. That's like a statement. He's like campaigning. He's like, no tomatoes on my. You can do tomatoes, not ketchup.
Yeah, tomatoes are good. Like
there you go. All right, so we are at the end of this or that. So we just wrap up the first half of the show, John.
Yeah.
So for everybody on, like I said, on live, nothing's going to change. We're going to keep on rolling. But now that wraps up the first half of our show. Now we're about to head into game releases, John.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in the first half of this week's Gamers Lounge. You can listen to our game releases of the week and what's on stream when we recap season 3, episode 2 and 3 of The Boys in our next episode. So thanks for tuning into this episode. Second half coming up next, brought to you by Bet Online.
We're going to pause for a little bit. All right, now we're back. See, nothing changed for y'all. It's all good. Now this is part of episode 2. We're doing crazy things here, editing wise. So
kind of like Stranger Things.
Yes.
Not really. I don't know.
It is like
different.
Stranger Things.
But
it is like Stranger Things. So we're starting with the check-in, and when the check-in is, we're going into game releases, John.
Yeah.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
What kind
So this is the second half of this week's Gamers Lounge podcast. If you missed the first half, we did go over all that gaming news, played this or that, but now it is time for game releases. We'll get to The Boys on Amazon Prime in just a second. Amon, game releases, what do we got this week?
Oh, man, we got some cool, fun games. And a game I think we're both going to talk about is this game called XL. And it is published by Assemble Entertainment. I'm going to run the video here while we're talking. I'm just getting all set up as I do.
XEL.
XEL. It's a fun game. It's an epic 3D sci-fi fantasy action adventure. Man, that's a mouthful. But explore the mysterious world of XL. Help protagonist Reed. Okay, you're in a crazy world, and his name is Reed. I just want to point that out. That's a simple name. I thought he'd have a crazy name, but he doesn't. But you help Reed to uncover her enigmatic past. So make new friends and foes along the way and collect exciting gadgets to master challenging dungeons and solve time-bending puzzles.
Ooh.
All right? You can go to Steam Power right now to get a 20% discount off of XL on Steam, but really 20% off $11. What's that, John?
That's
like $6 now. That's like $5 now. $7. $7 with the 20%
of 11.
Yes, 20% of 11. So that's one heck of a deal right there, John.
$2.20.
You know, so you got $2 off, so it's about $8 and some change. It's on all platforms. It's on Switch. It's on Xbox, PlayStation 4, PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5. Like I said, action adventure indie role-playing game, and has a little bit of fighting game into it, and the top-down view, as you saw there on the video. And it is the engine, Unity engine, and the developers are Tiny Roar and Assemble Entertainment coming out this summer, John.
I didn't know there's going to be math during the game releases. I'm like, 10% is $1, 11, 20% is $2.20. I don't know.
There you go. Fire Eagle put it at $7.80. He did the math right for you.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Oh man. All right. Did you? And then
there's not a lot of game releases. What do you think of that? Would you?
Because it's holidays. I think they actually find a weekend where they're taking a break too. You know, because most of these gaming companies, they're running them 100 miles per hour doing stuff.
Is that something you'd play though?
Yeah, I'll definitely play it because I play Mario games, and that's not far from Mario or Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind. You know, that is right up my neck of the woods. But this game here, John, I think you and your daughter should play this one. It's a fun one here. I'm gonna get the quick, get the switch over.
Wait, are you sure? May contain inappropriate content for children. This is the one I should play with my daughter.
Yeah. This is Rune Factory 5. So it's another role-playing game simulation video developed and published by Marvelous.
I can't remember anything.
Marvelous for the Nintendo Switch. It actually came out years ago, back in 2012, with Rune Factory 4, and was released in Japan in May of 2021. What? Where'd the video go? May of 2021, and then worldwide by Axie Games in March of 22. But now it's being re-released this week here in America. So developers Hakama Inc. And it's the Rune series, like I mentioned, single-player video game, and it's on Switch and PC on Tuesday, or Switch on Tuesday. No, that was the other game. XL comes out on Tuesday on PC, and then Switch on Wednesday. And this game is on Switch and PC as well, John.
Okay. Yeah.
This town is called Rigbar. It's kept
So
safe
just
from
more
monsters
little-
by sea. An organization.
So I think it's not too bad for you and your daughter.
No, I mean, depending on what kind of what's it rated?
What's it rated? Hold on, let me go.
But I could tell how I could see why you'd say that. I guess my point is,
yeah,
she would like.
But definitely the other game, Excel games, that could be something you guys could roll with.
But she likes. I don't. Yeah, she'd love these characters.
And this is also has a fit. If you go through Steam, also has a 15% discount. So I'm giving some free advertisement to Steam. We need to talk lately. We need to talk sooner or later.
Wait. So this is 15% off, and this one is how much?
15% off, and it's hold on. Let me go.
Wait, did you say 50 or 15?
This one is $50. This is one. So you get that 20%, 15% to help you a little bit. It's $50.
Okay, so $750 off.
There you go.
Through Steam.
There you go.
Yeah, I did the math with my calculator.
Big Baby Duke says not more math. Sorry, Big Baby Duke. Hey, you didn't know you were coming into an educational podcast.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the game releases this week. Do we have another one?
We have one. Yeah, we have one more, and this one gets medieval on us. It's a survival game coming up here. Let me get the screen ready, and it's a fun game.
Is there a discount on this game, Ahman?
No discount. No discount on this game. Let me get to the screen here, and let's hit play. No discount. This game is called Clanfolk. Clanfolk is a medieval colony. Can I say this word? Colony set sim in the Scottish Highlands. Harness your environment to survive, fish, gather, hunt, and farm as you prepare for the harsh winter. Build an inn, trade with other clans, have children, and marry them off. Live life and prosper across the generations. Wait a minute, you talking about just living another life? I don't know if I want to do this, John. I've lived the life that I live right now. It's been pretty tough, but I love it. But I don't know if I want to live it through a video game. But you could look like they're setting each other on fire. They're doing stuff to them like the human species does, unfortunately.
The person's carrying somebody right now. Put him in the bed.
Right, they're burying him.
He's dead.
So it's basically the cycles of life. So developer is MinMax Games Limited. Engine is Unity, and it's on all platforms. No, it's just only on PC. So it's also at Steam, but no discounted rate. And this one is, I didn't get the price on this one.
Clanfolk.
Yeah, Clanfolk right there. So it is life. That one is just life in general.
I'm not sure about that type of, I don't know if I could get into that type of a game where it's just like,
it's Sims. It's similar to Sims.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I could. I guess I did. I must have played The Sims like years and years ago.
I played Sims one time, and within an hour, I figured out I'm doing this in real life. Even though I play Madden, you could argue the point. Oh man, you play Madden all the time. You played football. Why are you playing Madden? it's different. It's just a different flavor. But playing Sims for me, the first time I was like taking out the garbage, walking the dog, picking up the dog's poop, going to work that in the game, I can't remember what my job was. I had to welcome, we had a welcoming party to our house, all that fun stuff. I was just like, I kind of do this now. I want something where I could just blow stuff up or I could hit stick something.
You could hit somebody or something.
Or Mortal Kombat or so. But I was like, I'm not. So Sims wasn't my cup of tea. I'll just say that. Gotcha. So this one here, Clan Folk, if you like that game, because I know a lot of people that do. I know a lot of Sim players out there. So this is the game for you. It's a little different engine. So it's not the characters as we see in Sims, like looking like more like us, but it's more top down, like they said, like in the video showed, and just a little different graphic art design to the characters there. And we have Kyle CJ Richardson says, I love Sims and Safari Sims. They got everything Sims. They got Hollywood Sims where you could be an actor or actress or whatever, movie director, sports one. You could be an athlete or you could just be a regular person or you could be a superhero. You could create whatever type of character you want in the Sims world, John. So Clan Folk is similar to that. And now, okay, the dogs.
Gosh,
I don't know what's going on.
UPS guy there. What's going on?
Something. They not happy, but I know something that we all happy about, John, because we about to talk about The Boys on Prime Video, season 3, episode 2, and we don't. Oh no, we do. We
episodes
have
2 and 3.
Oh, right? 2 and 3. You got to carry me on that one because I got to remember 3. And here is the intro to that.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
Woo!
All right. What's on stream?
We're not going to get out-talked by the dogs here. All right, we got...
Hey, quiet down, Apollo.
Quiet, please. Men at work.
What are your dogs' names again? Apollo and...
Ace. They up there. They're not happy. They are not happy. All right.
So episode 2 of The Boys. Let's start there as a recap. Remember, spoilers if you're listening and you haven't watched any of The Boys. This one's called The Old Man in the Sky. You know what? It kind of starts. A lot of these start with like a fake commercial, Ahman.
Yeah, like the first episode started with a movie scene, and I was like, "Wait a minute, is this the series?"
I love it though.
I was confused.
They do so well.
The writers and the director.
Right, thank you. Jeez.
Yeah.
They do so well making these fake commercials for movies, for everything. Like they feel like
it might be
legitimately real. You know what I mean? Yeah. And usually you don't see that a lot where like sometimes if a movie or television show like has a fake commercial in it or whatever, a lot of the times they're not well done.
Right.
In my opinion. But that's just something I've noticed in The Boys in general.
All right, so give us a big quick synopsis for episode 2. So in episode 2, you could be seeing, on the plot, it mirrors the cold open of episode 1, with the trailer like we just mentioned, and then the biopic with the Deep. It says with what he did, he's doing his movie about his life is not without a dolphin. So starring the Deep as himself, which the Deep's character.
I don't know about him, man.
He is special. I'll just say that he is that friend. Obviously, he tries to get liked by Homelander because for one thing, he doesn't want to die. But I don't think he's really that character is like not smart enough to realize that Homelander is gonna probably kill you anyway, eventually, because you're gonna do something. But he's trying to please Homelander to stay alive. So they got his movie, and that's what we see with they have the actor Billy Zane in there playing as Alistair as Adana. And so the film documents the deep of the church of the collective, which he's a part of. That was like back in season 2, where they try to change his life from what he did to Starfire and all that fun stuff. So yeah, the show starts as it does. And I think the writers and directors kind of know, something that the fan base likes. Let's start the show with something that might not be of regular TV or in the series itself, but is part of it in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and in this episode, I think Huey visits that abled daycare, which I thought was really fun. The daycare with the abled, where and never thought about. I love how they explore all these different side stories of what life would be like if people had these superpowers. Well, guess what? There's little kids with superpowers and little kids that are out of control, and like at a daycare. Like, good luck taking care of them. I thought that was awesome. I think in
Right.
this episode, they also find out, right? They find out about Soldier Boy, who becomes a main character throughout the course of this season. And Soldier Boy is still alive. And I'm not sure what happens to Soldier Boy or how they're going to progress his character throughout the rest of the season. But so far early on, my reaction to Soldier Boy was, man, he's kind of a jerk. He acts, he's kind of like Homelander in that sense, right? Where he's kind of rough like that, and he's out to kill some of his former teammates, I guess, for lack of a better term. But there was part of me that kind of like
payback group.
From a viewer's perspective, I kind of thought I like the Soldier Boy character is my point. I like what they're doing with him. I like that they're introduced him this way. And so far early on in this season, I do like the Soldier Boy character.
Yeah. So to refer back to what Hugh is doing, I remember he's investigating his coworker, the one, the head popper.
That's why he went to the daycare, right?
Right. And he almost gets busted. Maybe we'll have video coming up later for this, but that's so where we're at now. So he almost gets busted because his picture's on the TV screen right behind. That's gonna pop up later. So that's why he's there. He's like trying to investigate the head popper. And this is Mother's Milk and Butcher here. Butcher is basically investigating, like you mentioned, Soldier Boy, and he's trying to find out, why and how is he still alive. And if at this point, Mother's Milk finds out that Butcher is on Temp V, so he's not happy with him. So right now, he's kind of like pulled away from him a little bit because he's like, man, this is not the way. But Butcher's like, by any means necessary, at some point, that we got to fight against Vought and Homelander, because Homelander, as we know, is slowly starting to come off the rails a little bit. He is losing his, and Starfire is eventually Starlight. I keep saying Starfire because of what's it, Justice League. or the Young or Titans or whatever. So you say light, Starlight. There you go. She's like sensing because she's been put into different weird situations where she's got to act like her and Homelander are dating. So it's just interesting. I know that's an awkward feeling to be on the big screen and be like, this is not my man or this is not my chick, and all of a sudden now they got to do it. So.
Yeah. And what I thought was great at the end of this episode is, I remember Starlight, they're on the stage for Homelander's birthday party, and Starlight says something like he's like gonna make a $10 million donation to the Starlight House or something like that.
Right.
And this is where Homelander gets like really scary because he just goes off the rails. He says, "Nope, that's a lie."
Yeah. His eyes, like when this actor, when his eyes gets going, I'm like, yeah, he's about to lose it. Is he gonna pull the X-ray vision out and just destroy everyone in the room right now? All right, we got Eeyore says they're calling it the boys varsity when they are the college level kids that could make it to the big time and then run into the boys season 4. Oh.
So he says they're doing a spin-off of The Boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know they've done a cartoon series in between to kind of hold the fans called Diabolical, showing some like fill-in episodes, parts of it. But yeah, to your point, this is part of the beginning of the unhinging of Homelander, and you go back to, the Butcher trying to investigate, and then he investigates, he gets a hold of Gunpowder, and Gunpowder, in that interrogation, it's like, man, eventually it's like, man, I'm not talking to you. I could, and he tries to kill Butcher. Butcher makes it out, but then that's why he goes back to, I'll say face to face with Gunpowder and says, you know what, I got to take Tim V so he could go in there a little bit heavy and get information out of him. So, and then I won't die, with the Tim V. And he goes in the second time and gets the information, pulls the information out of him, what he wanted to know about Soldier Boy, on why he's still alive and what the whole reason is why would he come back and want to kill his partner's team back or payback that was in the group with him, So, but then in the process of doing that, he kills Gunpowder. So now, he does the laser with what Homelander does to everybody. Unfortunately, he does that. But then, so like I said, this is so far now in the first 2 episodes, you're seeing the unraveling of Homelander and where this is going to go, but also seeing like pieces of Starfire is like getting fed up with everything what Vought's doing, what Homelander's doing, and what nobody, and then really what anybody else is not doing, because nobody is really doing nothing about it because everybody's afraid of Homelander.
Yeah,
pretty much.
He can take out anyone. So the episode ends. I thought it was a really good way of ending the episode, where he, Homelander goes on this speech about how he's different than everybody else and everything like that. And that's, like you said, kind of the point where he goes off the rails. Can we go to episode 3?
We sure can.
So episode 3, then, let me bring up my notes here. Episode 3, where Homelander tells Starlight what will happen if she releases, like, this is one of the points that kind of stood out to me. Like, is that where he kills? Oh, no. This is once again, Homelander's off the rails, right? So Starlight's like, she tries to threaten him with like the release of that plane video. Remember that plane video?
Yeah, the one that had Mage had.
And then Homelander, this is where you find out Homelander is totally insane, where he goes, okay, you can do that. And then, I would be kicked out of the 7 and all this would happen. And then basically he'd go ballistic and start killing hundreds of thousands of people, taking out cities.
Yep. Hello? You there, John? Oh, John froze. You there, buddy? We got a freeze on John right now. So where he is at right now is where Starlight and the couple of Starlight and Homelander is brought his and then his rant on the interview screen, like what John mentioned. He is now up in points. I think it's 21 points to be exact in the social media or in the world of ratings of it, because we know that Vault, that's all they're about, is the ratings of their champions, which is the 7. So that's where Homelander is like, wait a minute, okay, we're good. We're in a good spot because I basically told the truth and about myself. Hopefully we get John back here in a few minutes. But yeah, that's where they are now in episode 3. He had to remind me. And so yeah, that part, is just so interesting. I love how The Boys comic series, TV series takes the superheroes that we know, because we know these superheroes are no different from the ones that have been around longer than this group, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Flash, all the Aquaman. And now you see a superhero just worry about his social media credit. I'm like, I think that's very interesting and very like, really? You're more worried about how many followers you got and how many millions of subs or likes you have than saving the world, or making sure people are safe in other countries, things like that. I'm like, is that where this is? So it's just interesting, and I like it because we've always thought about seeing I'll speak for myself. I always thought about seeing superheroes in that type of light. Like, what if Superman really went crazy and said, look, I don't want to do this no more, Batman. I'm gonna just laser eye you. Boom, you're dead. You're terrible. You're not even a super. You're not even a soup, as they say. So it's just now to see this come into light in this series. This book, actually, the series has been around for a long. I didn't know about it, but once I found out about it, and then the series came about, it's been fantastic to see this and fun to watch. And so we have John back.
Sorry about that.
All right, I handed it off. I took the handoff and I finished breaking down the Homelander rant and review, and I was just finishing off saying that, for me, the way that the writers of the series, because this is a comic book series that's turned into a TV series, I like how they shed the type of light on these superheroes, because these heroes we know already. We know Homelander as Superman, we know Mage as Wonder Woman, we know A-Train as the Flash, and watching those characters through movies and books that we've read in the past as kids and young adults, now it's just shedding a different light on them, that they actually are screw ups. They're misfits. They got problems too. But it's a problem for everybody if Superman has mental issues.
Right. No, it is. One last thought here on episode 3 too. Episode 3 as well, Ahman. So once again, another spoiler. But there's a scene where Homelander has, before he lets the Deep back into the 7, they're there at that table, and he breaks out a plate, and there's an octopus. And
That's
he's
cold.
like,
Hey, that's some gangster stuff.
and he's like, eat the octopus.
It was him and Starlight, correct?
Yeah, I think so. And
That's
it was so uncomfortable, Ahman. That scene was so uncomfortable to me. It was so disgusting. It was so disgusting.
To me, that is some Don Corleone, Godfather. Hey, come here. You wanna be with our, with the gang? You gotta eat the octopus.
Eat the octopus. And he's like,
eat it.
oh,
He's like, eat it.
made me want to gag. It was so disgusting.
Well,
And this
man,
is a series where they're blowing people up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like bodies just being eviscerated, and I'm getting freaked out because somebody.
remember the first season one. Did you saw season one, right?
Yeah, it was
A Train. They started the series off with A Train running through Huey's girlfriend at the time, running through her.
And that is what caught. I loved it. Listen, that's a disgusting scene, but that scene, in my opinion, is what kind of propelled. If you're a fan of The Boys, for me, that scene just like locked me in. Like, okay, I'm in. What's going on?
That was my guilty little pleasure. Unfortunate for that character.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, did I just see the fastest man in the show run through a human? That's what the Flash would look like, running through a human piece of body, skin and bone. Oh my God, that is awesome. It's awesome, but it's terrible. But because I know it's fictional, I know I'm watching something that's not real. It's just that fan support of it. It's just crazy. So ER goes in the chat. The Boys took the best of Marvel, giving superheroes problems of normal people that normal people have. Yes, but used the best superheroes from DC. There you go. So yeah, that kind of wrapped up what I mentioned. When you popped off with the camera issues, there is that you got the superheroes now. We see everything. The fans, the world. I know in some of the later episodes we'll talk about that. When they're in a public forum and having a speech, it's like if I'm working for VOT, I'm like highly stressed, as the one girl is.
Pulling her hair out.
The redhead that pulled her hair out later.
Yeah.
she and now somehow she's the CEO. We'll talk about that later in other episodes. But it's just like working for VOT as a human being is like, nah, I'm out. I'm not gonna make this up. I'm not gonna make this job. I'm not gonna. Am I gonna make it out alive? So, all right, man. I'm gonna wrap it up there. That was the breakdown of episode 3 of The Boys. You can catch us on YouTube as well. This video will be up and also here on Twitch. Thank you for everyone joining in, the usual suspects or the Greenies, ER, Fire Eagle, Big Baby Duke, to name a few. I mean, some new people in too. Jump in the Discord, get in the Discord, add in some this or that, and be ready for our show next week as well. John will be in and out. John, let people know what's going on with you. This is, he still will be doing a show. He just found a different job, so he is working now. So,
well, we may have to adjust it. We may have to adjust some of the start times of the shows a little bit or whatnot. So I should be on the vast majority of them. But you can follow me at JohnCast Podcast. That's on Instagram and on Twitter, and right below at John Audius Radio on Twitter, at JohnCast Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, and just go to those social media.
Yeah, all over the place. And I got Ahman Green 30 right there. And then Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge on Instagram.
AG_Gamers Lounge. Yep.
AG_Gamers Lounge on Instagram, on TikTok, Ahman Green's Gamers. Where are you going?
I'm trying to reach through and then have like my hand appear.
Hey, that would have been cool. If that worked, cool. That would have been cool. And then we're in podcasts everywhere. I just learned about a new podcast place called Buzzsprout, John. So
yeah,
we're on Buzzsprout.
Oh, we are. Nice.
We're on iHeart. We're on Spotify. Yeah. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Sounder, SoundCloud. What else? YouTube. We're everywhere.
Apple, Spotify, the normals. Yeah, the regulars.
Go find us. We have this is episode 116 and 117. So you got 104. Do the math. 115 episodes to catch up on.
No more math. Go.
That was math.
I could have handled that one.
No more math. And there's the socials. Fire Eagle. Thank you for putting up in the socials. You can do it there, copy, paste, all that fun stuff on your phone or on your computer if you're watching this on your phone as well, or on your computer at home. So thank you. And we are out. See you next week, everyone. Bye. We gotta do an outro soon.
Brought to you by Bet Online.
There you go. And Sonos. What's up, Ray? Hey, Ray. Give me Ice Cube. We be clubbing. Let me get out of here. Oh my goodness. Boom, 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 boom. Where we at? Let's get it. There it is. Bye.